Have you ever really stopped to think about the words you're reading right now, or the book on your shelf, or that poster on the wall? It's easy to take it all for granted. But today, we're going to dive into the incredible story of print, an idea, a technology that literally wrote our modern world into existence. I mean it. Print is so fundamental to everything we do, it's kind of become invisible. It's like the air we breathe in our information age, the very foundation of how we learn, how we communicate, and even how we think. Just look around you for a second. The news you scrolled through this morning, the ads you saw on the way to work, the calendar on your wall, even the box your lunch came in. Print is absolutely everywhere. It shapes our daily lives in 1,000 tiny ways. That's the big question, isn't it? To really get it, we have to travel back in time, to a world where ideas moved at the speed of a human hand. This isn't just a story about technology. This is the story of a revolution. Now, you might think this story starts in Europe with Gutenberg, but it doesn't, not even close. We've got to go much earlier and much farther east to find the very first sparks of this incredible idea. So the earliest version of this was something called woodblock printing, which first popped up in China, Japan, and Korea. Just imagine it. You have to painstakingly carve every single letter, every single image onto a block of wood. Then you ink it up and press it onto paper. It was slow, sure, but it was a start. It proved an idea could be duplicated. For centuries, this idea traveled slowly, moving along trade routes and with missionaries. It went from China to Japan, where we find the oldest printed book we know of, the Diamond Sutra, from way back in 868. And get this, the paper itself took until the 11th century to even get to Europe. The technology followed even later with explorers like Marco Polo. So we're talking about a very slow burn. By the time woodblock printing finally got a foothold in Europe, the continent was, well, it was ready for something more. The demand for books and knowledge was just exploding, and the old way of doing things just wasn't going to cut it. See, before print, all you had were handwritten manuscripts. And yeah, they were beautiful works of art, but they were unbelievably expensive and took forever to make. A scribe could spend years on a single copy. Europe desperately needed a way to make books that were cheaper, faster, and easier for a growing number of readers to get their hands on. So, the guy who finally cracks this puzzle? He's not a scholar or a monk. He's Johann Gutenberg, a goldsmith from Germany who was an expert in working with metal. And he saw a way to connect a few different technologies in a totally new way. And this is the brilliant part. It wasn't one single invention. It was a mashup. He took the kind of screw press that people used for making wine and olive oil. Then he used his goldsmithing skills to create these perfect, reusable metal letters. And he put it all together. It was this genius fusion of different fields that changed everything. And what was the first big test for his new